Okay, yay. Welcome, Norma. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, this is a product knowledge training for Pine Canyon Spa, and we're just going to jump into it. What's your knowledge level on a 1 to 10 of UltraLuxe?
Of UltraLuxe specifically is probably a 1.
Okay.
I've never used it before. I've read product knowledge on basically the internet. So I've heard a little bit about it.
Okay.
But I do have a lot of knowledge as far as ingredients goes.
Okay. So you have a product knowledge book like this?
Yep.
Okay. Even just this first page gives you a lot of information about who UltraLuxe is, what the philosophy is. So some of these tag words you'll get to know, and then when you're talking to your clients, they'll start kind of, rolling out. But the first thing you can see up in the top is we are vegan, which in this day and time is super important to a lot of people and to their clients. We're made in the USA, so that's very good. We're out of Los Angeles. We are family owned as well. It's a father and a son, and the father's the actual formulator for all of our products, and he works with a chemist. But we make everything in-house, on site. We batch everything. We fill the containers, packaging. Everything is done by us in-house. So that's super rare in this day. So many product lines can go to a big manufacturer that makes products for hundreds of different brands, and you have no idea where the ingredients come from, where they're sourced from. And truthfully, it matters. We're a plant-based essential oil driven line, and the essential oils we used are all cold pressed. They're first pressing. Most are food grade, which matters for the therapeutic value. It's super important. If you've got something that is third or fourth or fifth pressing, for the manufacturer, it's a lot cheaper. It still might smell nice, but every pressing, you lose the integrity of that essential oil.
Yeah, I've done doTERRA. I'm a doTERRA junkie.
Okay, good. Okay. So
I have almost every doTERRA oil.
Okay, that's awesome. So you'll have a great level of knowledge with a bunch of the oils that we'll talk about. So
yeah, love them.
So we like to, our tagline also is clean ingredients with professional results. UltraLuxe has been around 22 years. So we're not a flash in the pan, some hello, how you doing? Here we are. We are, the products are made for an esthetician by estheticians. So that also matters a lot. It's not how to sell a product. It's what this product is going to do for them. And what we and the anything ingredients, they don't teach them, anything about it's how to sell a product. So huge.
I like result driven products.
Yes, that would be my number one preference as well. So also no parabens, sulfate free, pet friendly, non-toxic, no artificial colors or fragrances. So that says a lot about the brand right off the bat there. When you open your book, and you can read this on your own, it just kind of talks about our story. Kind of what I just told you a little bit is kind of combined in all of that. And then I think your book, my my book is a tiny bit outdated. I think you have the newest one.
Okay.
So the next page, do you have this essential oils page?
Yes.
Okay. This is, you probably already have a great knowledge of this, but I call this a cheat sheet. And it's super convenient to glance at. Look at the essential oils that's, what does frankincense do? Oh, it's a natural antiseptic and it's calming. Okay. So this allows you to just, quickly glance and see why that essential oil is used and what it's actually going to be able to do for the skin.
Right. Okay.
So we've got that. The next page kind of talks about our product lines. We've got more that needs to be updated in this page, which we're working on, because we do have a couple new collections that are not listed here. But this just is going to tell you each collection of the products, who it's for, and the essential oils used to drive that line. So like, a normal skin is the maintenance line, little T-zone. You'll see frankincense, rosewood, grapefruit, clear, tea tree to kill the bacteria, lavender to calm it down because it's angry. They're red, they hurt. So, and also in this clear line, we're going to talk about a couple of products that are formulated, yes, for acneic skin, but also for hormonal breakout.
Nice.
And, they're could be 50 years old, but they don't have too much oil. It's just the hormones are out of balance. So we don't want to put stuff on their skin that's going to dry them up because they're probably already pretty dry anyway as their skin ages. And then there's a sensitive line with bergamot, chamomile, discoloration, lemon, eucalyptus, but we now have a vitamin C line. So we're probably going to kind of combine these lines together at some point. So it's one collection. Refine is very small. It's kind of been dwindled down to just a couple of products because where you have discoloration or where you have scarring, you have discoloration. So they're kind of twofold.
Right.
So that's kind of a little explanation on that page. And then the next page is just kind of a repetition of what we just discussed. And it talks again, here's the vitamin C collection, the essential blends, the acid collection, and so on and so forth. So sometimes it's just reading it in a little bit different scenario. It gives another perspective on all the different collections there.
Okay.
Is this your next page? The regimen card?
Yep.
This is a great tool, Norma. And the spa, if they're ever running low on these cards, we provide them complimentary. So there's no charge at all. They're a nice little card to fill out and give to your client to take home with them. Then they remember what you had recommended.
Yeah.
And this is also the exact order that they would use it on the skin.
Perfect.
So they don't have a bunch of numbers written on jars and, do I do that first? Do I do it after? So it is, it's super helpful. And there's also product guides for the consumer and they're little booklets. And those are also complimentary to your spa.
Okay.
But most spas, they keep them in the retail area for clients that are, wanting to know a little bit more about the cleanse, whatever products. And this is also on the back page of that little book.
Okay.
So you can even use that and send them home with a book. And, they want to read about it. They want to see all the little verbiage about it. And so it's a great tool again. And again, they're complementary and they're beautiful. They're done very beautifully. So
yeah, I know they get overwhelmed and they think they know and they can remember, but then there's so much information and then they just blank it out after they get home.
I know it is, because it can be super overwhelming, and also they're in such a relaxed state. You know, after
Sinks in.
I know, it's like, what did she say? I can't remember.
Yeah. Very true.
Very, very true. So I think your next page is going to showcase our newest products, correct?
Yeah.
So my book doesn't have that. So I'm gonna kind of, so we're gonna touch on those real fast. So I've got a little supplement here.
Okay.
So the first one I want to tell you about is the triple action exfoliating pads. Norma, this is one of my favorite products. Have you touched these? Have you felt these or anything like that yet?
When I came and did my practical, because I've used retinol and glycolic and retinol pads too. So, something to get that sloughing going and something to refine a little bit. It looks good.
It's so great. It's 5% lactic, which is super hydrating, 5% mandelic, and then 0.5 salicylic. With most pads I've used, they work great. They're applied on a clean skin. They're able to get in there, and these are kind of a waffle texture, so almost a little scratchy. So they can go, as light for sensitive skin, or they can get in there and really get aggressive. If they have some pigmentation, sun damage, they can even rub on that a little bit harder, flip it, and also take it on the neck and décolleté. But most pads I've ever used, they do the job great. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But then they leave the skin really dry and kind of taut. This will leave your skin so soft, supple. The directions say to rinse it off. I personally do not. I never have.
Okay.
If you've got a super hypersensitive skin, they may want to rinse that off. So just let them know if they feel a little too much tingling. Absolutely, but it's only 10% acids. I leave it on and I go right into my regimen. I put a serum on, I put my face oil, and just kind of let it all take it all in.
And is it better you'd use it once a day or twice a day, or just once or twice a week?
Once or twice a week.
Okay.
I don't want to get too much activity going, because even the next day, if you feel your skin, it's so soft. So I like to say enjoy that for a day or two, and then, if the skin, I do mine about twice a week, sometimes every other day, but mostly every 2 days, especially not being out and about quite so much, in front of people quite so much. But like I did them last night, anytime I have a chance to make a difference real quick. So great product, a great price point. I believe there's 50 pads in here, and I think it's 50 bucks. Yeah.
Nice.
So super affordable, super good. The next little product is the tinted mineral SPF. Now, we have another SPF as well, and it is a chemical. It's one of our top sellers as well. But everyone kept asking, we want a mineral SPF, yada yada. So we've been working on that. The drawback with mineral SPFs is they're white. They're very chalky, especially on a dark skin. Yeah, it just looks horrible.
Right.
And one of the main reasons for the coral reefs dying is mineral SPF. Mineral SPFs are banned worldwide in the ocean. If you go snorkeling from the Bahamas to Mexico to Australia, they are banned. So we worked really hard and we came up with a mineral that is coral reef safe.
Okay, perfect.
So this one actually is, it's going to say it on the tube as well. And let me just point out. Yes. So there is a whole, there's a whole question and answer kind of fact sheet that we have that I'm going to send to Kindle to share with you, print it out. It's only a couple, 2 pages or 3 pages, but it's going to talk about the zinc oxide is non-nano, and that's the key to the previous zinc oxides that are out there in SPFs that do the wonderful job that they do. But that's what's coming off of the skin and floating and attaching to the coral reefs and basically suffocating them. So this being a non-micronized, non-nano, it is best I can describe as pulverized to death to where it's smaller than dust. And it does not attach to those reefs. It cannot suffocate them. So that's what makes this so awesome.
Okay, good.
Now, this is tinted, and there's a true way to apply this. A lot of very fair skins, you know, have said it's too dark. I can't use it. We're actually coming out with a lighter version we're working on now for this super, super light complexion.
Okay.
But I'm just going to do a tiny bit here. But for and this goes for any mineral SPF, it should be, there's a specific application method, but especially the tint. If you take this and go right on the skin, it's going to be dark. And then you're going to be spreading through, and it's so dark. And that's where I think a lot of people are complaining.
Right.
It's too dark. But the way it should be applied is when they get that little small amount, it has got to be warmed up, broken down. Really, so it releases those that pigment to be much broken down. So when they then go to apply it, it's so light. And I do just a quick over, and then I blend it down. But by doing that, you can see it's not near as dark as it was when I just did it. But that is key. So can
you ever add it to a moisturizer? Like it's one of your last steps? Just kind of dilute it a little bit, because I think if you get enough coverage, wouldn't it be enough coverage, SPF coverage?
Yeah. Yes.
That would be to do.
That would be a great additional alternative method. No problem. Yes. So there's a couple different tricks to make it doable. I always, try and suggest to the esthetician to use it in the back bar. And then while they're doing that, they can show the client how to apply a mineral SPF, particularly ours. But that little nugget of knowledge will go a long way too.
Right.
So they'll remember, I have to break it down first, because I'm a little olive, dark complected, but if I just apply it like that, it's just a dark streak, and then I can't blend it so well.
Yeah.
So that's,
nobody likes that look.
Yes. So that's key to that. But I'm going to forward this to Kindle and let her print it out, because there's a lot more information in this than in your little book.
Okay.
And I think it's great information to have, especially on this new technology for these minerals. So
Yeah.
we'll do that. Okay. So next it should be the vitamin C collection. Is that what's next in your book?
There's on the next page, there's little kits.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then there's vitamin C. Yes.
Okay. Those little kits are they're kind of new. We came up with those when COVID hit last year, just for something to be able to offer our accounts, something to send home with their clients to do some little mini facials at home.
Oh,
Because
nice.
no one could do facials. Their clients were at, so we have those now available all the time.
Okay.
And they're in a cute little bag. And it's, it's also kind of like a try me pack. So, those are
gifts too, if they wanted to give someone a gift to try it.
It sure would. Rather than just handing someone a couple samples, the presentation is super nice. And there's a little protocol in the bag that goes with it that explains everything. So it's done really, really nicely. And they're not expensive at all. And a great way to try everything, but also to do step by step, like a little mini facial. So then we've got the vitamin C collection. This is awesome. This is my favorite collection. I think it's been out 1.5 years, and it's one of our most popular. Yes, it's targeted for anti-aging. It's got a lot of peptides in it. It's got some apple stem cell, which we currently use in our anti-aging product line. So that little recipe, we've combined it with the vitamin C collection. And a lot of times, your mature skin are the ones that are suffering with the sun damage.
Yeah.
So, so what is vitamin C? Vitamin C is it's going to help lighten, assist in all of those challenges that occur there. It also can lend itself to being dry to the skin, which is kind of sometimes, a complaint about vitamin C. Oh, it's great, but it leaves my skin so dry. So we took all of those things into consideration and wanted to make sure that they didn't experience that with our vitamin C line. So starting off just simply with the cleanser, it's got some alpha hydroxys in it. It's got 5 different acids combined in this as well.
Nice.
We call it the new age of acid, from glycolic, lactic, citric, malic, and salicylic. Those are all different sized molecules. So by combining all of those in that little cocktail, we're able to affect all the layers of the skin in one application of that product. It's not just glycolic working down here or lactic up here. So all of the little layers are affected. And then, as far as the cleanser goes, it rinses off. A little light exfoliation has occurred, as well as all the goodies that go along with it, the vitamin C and the E. But having said that, this line is also kind of nice for problematic skin. They might have some scarring. They might have just a dull and lifeless dehydration to them. So this is kind of a great
overall
alternative. Maybe they want to change something up. And problematic skins need to change up. They need to. There's not one product that's going to take it away. So sometimes it's super important. Yeah, we've worked on this. Now let's go to the vitamin C and try and get that.
Yeah, I think vitamin C is for all age groups, all skin types. I love vitamin C. One of my favorite.
It's mine too. So there's your cleanser. Then the moisturizer. I call this very buttery. It's a very And again, to relieve that dryness effect that your vitamin C, the rest of the regimen is lending itself to being. This has shea butter, avocado butter. What's my other one? Shea butter, mango seed butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just buttery, so it feels awesome. It soaks into the skin. You definitely get a big kick of hydration that lasts all day long with this.
Nice.
So, of course, it has lemon. It's got some olive oil. So great kind of sealant with those ingredients. Then there is a treatment. And with all of our collections, we normally try and have a serum and a treatment and so forth. So the treatment is not a moisturizer. It's going to really benefit those layers of the skin. It has those 5 acids in it, a little bit stronger than just the cleanser. So it really gets into the skin.
Okay.
It's going to kick off any dry, dead skin cells. It's going to help stimulate, with the cellular turnover to kind of speed that up. We're all about cellular turnover. The quicker you can get those healthy baby cells to the surface, the skin looks better. It's in a better state. So this main idea is to provide that little exfoliation. Yes. And
Nice.
then also pushing in the lemon essential oils. They're able to do their job without having to break through and so on. So it is a little treatment oriented.
Okay.
You might get a little pink. I still get a little bit of a flushing with it. Normal.
Is this a daily thing or is it a weekly?
It's daily.
Okay.
It would be definitely, I do it day and night,
Okay.
with my regimen.
Okay.
And in the, let me look real fast here.
Would you ever add this to the serum and do them together?
Nope, I would not.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, but where's my regimen card? On the regimen card here, it says on a clean skin, the first product that you're going to apply is a serum. And then not so important, we then suggest the face oil and then the treatment product. I think in the vitamin C collection, we flip that just to do the serum first and then the treatment and then the oil to kind of seal that. But it's not a right or wrong, but you might see 2 different descriptions in that. And it's truly okay. I think it's more preference of how it feels when they're applying it. But
as far as like the molecular level of the serum versus the treatment and the oil, is there a lighter, like the oil would be heavier or larger molecules? Do they sit longer?
We'll talk about that because we have 2 different oils that are completely different. Okay. One is a big fat molecular and one is a micro tiny. Okay. So one penetrates to the cellular and one works more on the surface and upper layers. So we'll definitely, that's a great question.
Okay. Nice.
But the serum, anytime you talk about a serum, it flows. It flows all the way. It doesn't hang out up here in the middle. Its job is to get to the cellular level and work from the inside out.
Yeah, I love serum.
I do too. Serums are super important. It's not I don't skip that product in a regimen ever. I think it's one of the most important things to get a result in whatever the challenge is too.
Yeah.
So our vitamin C serum is 20% ascorbic acid. That's a lot. It's 20% is a pretty hefty percentage. And also to alleviate that dryness that 20% would definitely incur in the skin, we also did 20% hyaluronic acid.
Nice.
So
My favorite ingredient.
I know. It's such a special ingredient. I agree. So this serum, you apply it, it's clear. It's going to go right into the cellular level and do everything from the inside out, starting with the lightening, those melanocytes, the pigmentation that are clumping together, rising up, causing the dark spots. It's going to help stop that way down low and break, help lighten from within, so those patches become less visible, a little lighter. And the treatment's going to help speed that up and kick those off. So the treatment, would go next. But the serum should be the first thing on the skin. So it just jumps right in there. So we've got that. And then we've got an eye cream. UltraLuxe has a ton of eye creams. We have got so many different eye creams. But people are very particular about their eye creams.
It's hard to find one that's they're either not too sensitive to, or that they're going to use all the time.
Yes, or that's light enough or heavy enough, or has retinol, doesn't have retinol.
Right.
So we try and do it all. So the vitamin C eye cream is it's not the heaviest eye cream. It's probably a medium weight. It does have retinol in it, just for that delicate tissue paper. And my rule of thumb with any eye cream across the board, but especially if it has retinol, Norma, it should just be applied on the bone.
Okay.
Your eye is one of the hottest parts of your body. And if people take it and smear it on the lid, up by the lashes, it's going to heat, it'll warm up, which will cause it to melt, seep in, it'll get in the eye, it's going to burn, they're going to hate it.
Right.
I'm bringing it back. I'm allergic. I can't use it. So, just a quick education to the client.
Okay.
I tap outward, also that's going to help with the lymph that's there. I feather it out in between. Anything left over, I put on the lip line. So it's a great eye cream. I like that all of that's already built in, but that little skin is so delicate. So
yeah, and there's a lot of people with sensitive eyes, so that's a good reminder.
Yeah, it is. So even if an eye cream doesn't have a retinol in it, it's going to have something that can burn someone's eyes. So it's my rule of thumb across the board with that application.
Okay, good.
So then there's a mask. This is a beautiful mask. It's a what we call a wet mask. It's not clay based. It's very creamy. Vitamin C, sunflower oil. So by applying that, it's super hydrating. It's great for a nice pick-me-up. It's nice to help brighten after a peel, after exfoliation. So it can really lighten. Somebody who's on medication, sometimes their skin is very dull because those suck the life out of your skin. So even being the esthetician in the treatment room, we have a lot of different masks to choose from. And I like to say, change it up. Don't do the same mask every time they come see you.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of a nice treat. And especially, they're laying there, they're smelling the essential oils. And then you throw them a curveball and you do a different mask. And they're like, what is that? What is that smell? And, it's good for the mind. And they don't get bored,
Right.
So there's, good reasons
That's a good point. Do you ever have people questioning like the chemotherapy patients or radiation? Because this is all pretty safe products, but you know how like you'd have someone going through chemo or even psoriasis or eczema, or do you have like, is the vitamin C safe enough for someone like that? Or any of your product lines?
I would say yes. Especially, we haven't tested it on chemo and this and that. I've never heard one complaint from anyone. We have a whole great protocol for eczema that I'll show you as well, that has great products that will definitely give them some relief. But as far as cancer patients, as long as, they can take a book to their doctor, that would be what I would just suggest with ingredients. And if they have any pause, go that route.
Right.
Just to always, just be on the safe side of everything. But I've never, Norma, ever heard of a problem with a chemo patient. If anything, it probably feels good.
Yeah, because their skin is so fragile.
It is so fragile, and that's a great word for that. This mask also, since it is not clay, they can apply this at night, like a night cream, and sleep in it.
Oh, nice.
So, not a thick application, but just like they would a night cream, spread through, let it kind of really soak in, go to sleep, wash their face. Their face will be hydrated, bright, all of those things, just wonderful benefit from it the next morning. And of course, they'll wash it off then. It'll be in their hairline and so on. But it's a nice option if somebody is super dehydrated, wants just a little bit more intense pick me up, so great benefits for that as well.
Well, here we are so dry. Arizona is ridiculously dry, but in Flagstaff it's bad, and then in our spring it's windy on top of it.
On top of that.
Yeah. So our humidity level is so low. Like we can get like 15 maybe on a regular basis, and people are just so dry here.
Yes, I totally understand. And different parts of the country are so different in how it's going to affect your skin.
Yeah.
One area to the other. So you just got to beware and understand the challenge that particular client is dealing with. And we've got answers across the board, to assist.
Yeah. From what I've been seeing that's my biggest complaint is just dryness.
Yes. Okay.
They love their facials.
I know. Okay. The next collection is our acid collection, anti-aging acid.
Nice.
We developed this with med spas in mind because, they only want their aggressive, chemical based, if it doesn't have all that, it's not good.
Right.
And, yada, yada. But also on the flip side, we wanted to give our spa accounts something to compete with the med spa next door, something that does have more of a kick to it, so that, but not too aggressive and not, you don't have to get that aggressive to get results. And you can use clean ingredients to get results. So we developed this acid line. It also has those 5 acids that I talked about, that same little recipe. There's an ingredient called oat kernel extract that you'll see sprinkled throughout this line. And I think of an oatmeal bath. So anytime the skin is irritated or inflamed, oatmeal is awesome. So this will calm the skin down, even if does have a kick to it, but those clients that are buying their med spa products are probably acclimated and used to that. but that just lends itself to a calming benefit. And it also has cucumber, a
Nice.
very cooling, hydrating, so that it's not overpowering or any of those other things. And then patchouli and lavender, because we still want it to stay calm, but we want them to get, you know, a little bit of a kick.
Yeah.
So you've got an acid cleanser. Again, yes, this is anti-aging, but on the flip side, it's great for a problematic skin because it is a little bit aggressive. It's great for men too, because their skin's a little thicker,
right,
larger pores, you know. So you've got your cleanser with that multi-acid cocktail blend to assist in a daily light exfoliation as well. Then here's the moisturizer. It does have glycolic in it. It's got what am I trying to say? Some of the ascorbic. It's got some vitamin C in it. It's got some retinol in it. So it's just a little bit of all of that, but it also still is very hydrating. You're going to have got the lemon in it. I'm losing my mind here just for a moment. The safflower seed oil, it's still going to be super hydrating, but it's a little active. So we do call this an active line, but it is super hydrating, but remains consistent in the exfoliation that they're looking for.
Okay.
Then the little treatment product for this collection is a 10% glycolic peel. Unlike the little pads that are swipe and go, this is definitely a gel, much like they receive in a treatment room from an esthetician. It has those 5 acids in it. So they're going to apply it on the skin. They can't hurt themselves. It's only 10%.
Okay.
They can leave it on 30 minutes. They'll feel the tingling, but then it shuts itself off pretty much. They don't have to neutralize or do anything.
Okay. So it's self-neutralizing?
Yes.
And they don't have to wipe it off. Okay.
Correct. And this little product, along with those peel pads, I consider this good for every skin type. If everyone would do a little peel, 10%, once a week, in between their visits to you, the esthetician, you're going to be able to get a little bit ahead of the game.
Yeah.
We have a cellular turnover that occurs every 28 days. So once a month, you treat the skin, you do the beautiful facial, and then as those cells do their cellular turnover and they have been affected, but then once they reach the surface, nothing else under them has. So then you see them and you're starting over again from point A. So if they're doing a little something in the meantime to affect all those layers again, when they come see you, you're 2 steps ahead. Right. Now you can do either, the same peel or treatment, or you can do an elevated treatment, a little bit more aggressive, a higher level. Take it how you may for that particular client. But everyone needs, a little bit deeper exfoliation to affect, especially if they have a challenge. And I think of acne, problematic skin with congestion. Nothing but good to affect that. Yeah. So that's a great little product. And then there's a serum. Again, we have a serum. This has peptides and cucumber, lots of peptides. So this is going to kind of get in there and reestablish, work with brown spots that might be there. It's firming. Peptides are awesome, especially for an aging skin. So that's your serum with this little collection. And then here's your eye cream. This eye cream has a little bit more retinol than the vitamin C. It's just kind of an elevated version of the vitamin C. Um, I don't want to say strength, but a little bit, a little bit, a little bit stronger for those needs that they want a little bit more of a treatment
Oh,
effect. But it does have cucumbers, so it's going to be very cooling. And a lot of times with the eye cream, I'll apply it on one eye and let it kind of sit there for them a minute, and they will feel a huge cooling effect from one eye to the other. They'll be
mm-hmm,
like, oh, and that feels really good,
mm-hmm.
especially, in the summer. And, that eye cream is not too much for summer. It does have hyaluronic in it as well,
Uh-huh.
but you can just kind of feel that coolness throughout the day. That's
Mm-hmm.
so it's not just dryness and acidity, so that
Mm-hmm.
none of that is going to be end result.
Yeah.
And then professionally, I'm not quite sure of all the products that you all carry there, because I don't know. But there is a 30% professional peel.
Mm-hmm.
It's 30% glycolic, but it also contains those 5 acids.
Okay.
So it is aggressive. There's no downtime. There's no neutralizer needed again. The way it's
Mm-hmm.
formulated, you're only leaving it on the skin up to like 5 minutes. Of more
Mm-hmm.
fragile, sensitive skin, maybe 2 to 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But by affecting all the layers of the skin again, they are not going to be flaky tonight, flaky tomorrow. None of
Mm-hmm.
those residual results that sometimes come with a 30% glycolic peel.
Have you
Some
heard of people putting the glycolic in with their either the cleanser or like doing an acne treatment because it really emulsifies the sebum. So when you do extractions, they just come out like nothing. You barely touch it and it just comes right out. Do
yes,
you have any? Have
we
you heard
don't
of
have a we
products or?
we don't have a protocol for that per se.
Mm-hmm,
Um, we do have some products that you can use with steam,
mm-hmm.
that are also going to help emulsify or help
Like a
loosen and lift those.
disinfestation
Yeah,
solution. Yeah.
but this I don't have any regimen protocol that you would use it in that way. But Norma, try it on
Mm-hmm,
somebody that you trust, or that
mm-hmm.
say we're going to try something here. Um, but I don't have a protocol. I don't have something that, yes, we've done that, it works.
Mm-hmm.
But I totally am on the same track with you. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
Because you know how blackheads they really on their nose mostly, and people drives them crazy. So if you have
yes,
something, little trick or something, they just love it,
yeah.
and you're likely to
Um,
come see you.
that makes me want to try that. That makes me want to play with this now, and find somebody that does have a lot of congestion and work with it like a disincrustation. But I have not done that. So
Okay.
I don't know. I do not know on that one.
Okay.
But so that's the acid collection. Then we moved into our anti-aging line. And I'm the first, well, let's go here. The first product is the Nourishing Wash. This is an oil-based cleanser.
Okay.
So you're going to take a pump of this and spread it through. It has verbena in it. It
Mm.
smells divine. But you're going to spread it through, and then you're just going to barely wet your fingers, and then work it in, and it's going to give you a light foaming action.
Okay. So
Not
it does foam a little bit.
Yeah, so that's going to also help break down makeup debris, um,
Mm-hmm.
the clogging of little pores.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it works awesome as a pre-cleanse. as
Okay.
well.
Oh, good.
For an oily skin, you would get an oily skin. She'll have so much makeup on. You'll be like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 20 minutes to get all this off.
Mhm.
First, they're probably super dehydrated from trying to, first and foremost, a lot of times those skin types are.
Mhm.
You can do a quick cleanse, just the way I described. And then the second cleanse, the cleanser you would suggest them to go home with. But and we fight oil with oil too.
Right.
That's a huge
Mhm.
belief for
Mhm.
UltraLuxe and our products.
Mhm.
So oil is not bad.
Um,
Some product lines will beg to differ. Don't ever do this. But this cleanser, it will change a dry skin's life. And I say that, a thin, dry skin, she washes her face at night and watches all her lotions and potions go down the drain. Can't
mhm.
wait to put her serums and put everything back and just have that good feel again.
Mhm.
Um, when she rinses this off, the skin is soft and it's supple and it's hydrated. And even behind the chair, if they've never experienced this cleanser, I'll pause a moment and I'll say, feel your skin. Just feel it right now. Even hand her a mirror if need
Mhm.
be. And it'll be like, oh, I've never felt my skin that way after a cleanser. Kind of
Right.
like when you wash your hands,
Uh-huh.
um, then it's that moment of uncomfortableness and you can't wait
Mhm.
to put your lotion back on. It just,
Mhm.
same thing
Just
for
sucks
super.
all the moisture out.
Yes. So that is the nourishing wash. Next is our retinol.
Okay.
And retinols come in lots of different versions, a lot of creams
Mhm.
and lotions. Um, Ours is actually considered a serum, and I've got it here in front of me. I don't know if you've got it there in the back bar, um, but if you don't, I want you to find one and touch and feel it at some point.
Okay.
But
Now is this plant-based retinol? Is it? I'm assuming it is since all the other products.
yes. I don't have my derivative, but I know it is. I mean, I know it is.
I can't imagine
Um,
it.
but we have a very unique delivery system. And a lot of mature skin, thin skin, aging skin, they'll get a retinol cream. And there's a lot of wonderful ones out there. And they'll put it on the skin, and that retinol immediately hits the skin and immediately starts doing what it does, kind of irritating the skin,
Mhm.
causing the exfoliation to begin as it travels down to get to, stimulate whatever it does. So a
Mhm.
lot of skins, it can be too aggressive. They can only use it every other night,
Mhm.
or,
It makes you photosensitive too. Like you get sunburn easy.
very true. Absolutely. So what's super unique about ours is first, it's in a soy-based oil. So I'm just going to kind of show you. So it's like an oil. You see
Okay.
that?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So the actual retinol is encapsulated in little cosmetic spheres like liposomes. And
Mhm.
those are
Mhm.
meant to be little carriers for skincare ingredients in cosmetic use.
Mhm.
So what they feel when they apply this is that luxurious soy oil, which is
Silkiness
just
of
like, oh my gosh, that it feels like silk.
it.
It's
Mhm.
like a silk. It's
It
like
soaks in good. Yeah.
soaks it all in, and
Mhm.
then as it goes into the skin, it releases those liposomes with the retinol. So they're not feeling any irritation, itchy, redness on the surface. And again, it's a serum. So
Mhm.
it's taking those little liposomes down to the cellular, down from the inside out, stimulate
Mhm.
the fibroblasts, causing collagen to activate again the dormant fibroblast cells. And that's what we really want. We want it to get down there and work there, not just irritate the surface of the skin and cause, itchiness. So it's just 1%. I know there's some 1.5%, there's some 2%. But with this delivery system, we don't need a higher percentage to break through and to travel. And so we don't have that result. So I don't know anyone that can't use it. I don't know anyone that it's been too much for them. That yes, they still need to use SPF because the skin does, become a little desensitized from the exfoliation. Yes. So SPF is still definitely a must. But I mean, the skin will just feel like silk. So I want you to try that. I don't know if we sent you a sample.
See, there is a little sample in here.
I that's what I thought. So definitely try it at home, use it, and see what you think and what your feedback is going to be on that product.
Okay.
Is there one in there? Is there one?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes.
Love trying products.
What? Okay, good. So that's our retinol renewal serum. I think it's super special. Then there's a product. It's called Cellular Patch. It's a cream. And before we came out with some of these other microvenom that I'm going to talk about, this used to be our top of the line, most advanced anti-aging moisturizer. It still is an awesome moisturizer. It does not contain any acids. It does not contain, some of those peptides that are the latest and greatest now. But if you think of the name of this particular product is exactly what it does. So, we have our cells and it should be a brick wall, but as we age, the cells become smaller, the gaps in the intercellular structure become wider. That's why we have slackening of the skin, so on, and that's just part of the aging deal. So this targets those gaps, and kind of like the name says, is trying to patch it up to cause plumping in the skin. It's got an acid-free exfoliation, so there's no acid in it, but it's going to help improve your texture, the elasticity, and the firmness of the skin. When the retinol renewal came out, it came out with that cellular patch. They work really well together. So, somebody wants to maybe just get on the retinol for 3 or 4 months. The cellular patch is a nice companion product because the way they do work together. And having
more results if they work together.
Yes. And that acid-free exfoliation helps assist the retinol in this baby. So it's a great little combination. I call them Batman and Robin. But the retinol definitely is nice with any of the other moisturizers. It's, it's all just fine. But, a lot of people that have been around UltraLuxe for a long time or used UltraLuxe for a long time still love Cellular Patch. So,
Nice.
So it still has great credibility. It's just a different technology. So then we have HydraSoft Cream. This is our heaviest moisturizer in the whole line. It doesn't have a lot of anti-aging benefit, Norma, but it will definitely hydrate a super dry skin. Someone that's so dry, they don't care about all this microvenom. They just want their skin to feel soft and hydrated.
Is this a night cream, or is this considered a night cream? Or
it's whatever they need it for. Somebody's grandmother, somebody's mother that, they can use it day and night.
Okay.
I think of Colorado a lot with the dry air.
Mm-hmm.
They're up, someone that's out in the elements a lot, that gets
Mm-hmm.
wind chafing, that
Yeah.
gets exposed to the elements.
Mm-hmm.
The skin is very rough. This is going to help protect their skin,
Okay.
and help repair that. So, I myself am more interested in all the peptides and all the vitamin C's and
Mm-hmm.
hyaluronics. But, there's, a lot of moms and grandmoms,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got a lot of deep lines, and, some of those things aren't really going to benefit them a whole lot because, they're 80 years old or something,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
not conducive. They just want their skin to look better, feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Hydrosoft cream. It does have vitamin E. It does have plant ceramides. It has a lot of wonderful things, Alantoine, but not a lot of anti-aging.
Okay.
So now, before we go right into UltraLuxe 9, I want you to flip to the back of your book, and I think it's maybe page 37. See what's on your page 37.
Looks like a protocol.
Okay. Is there thereabouts on 38, 39, is there a page that says nanoplex technology? It
Yes.
looks like this.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at that page for a moment.
I saw this and I was just like really intrigued.
This is super intriguing, and so I want to describe it all so you understand it before we let me see, my pages don't get out of it. Okay, so nanoplex, it means 9 ingredients, a 9 complex list of ingredients that we've used in UltraLuxe for years with this product, particularly that we're getting ready to talk about, UltraLuxe 9, for the 9 ingredients.
Okay.
So look at this nanoplex. The first 3 ingredients are muscle contraction inhibitors. Snake. It's a synthetic snake venom. It's synthetic. It does not hurt. It's not going to do anything to anyone. But it's a peptide, and it's actually a neuropeptide. So its molecular structure is so tiny. Obviously, we can't go into the muscle,
Right.
but it's so tiny that it can sit on top of the muscle. So where we have expression lines that are constantly doing this, getting deeper and deeper, it's going to slow it down. So it's not quite so aggressive. So a light Botox effect without a complete shutdown, but just a little softer from that particular peptide. Then there's the next one is arginine. It's acetyl hexapeptide 3. I'm not a chemist, but I'm used to all these peptides and such. But again, it's a neuropeptide. It's going to work with the chemical messengers from the brain to the nerves to the to begin to smooth the skin, and the stress hormone that causes frowning, and it's a whole thing.
Okay.
And then,
blocker.
I'm sorry?
It's like a blocker.
Yes, exactly. You're exactly right. So there's a lot that goes back and forth with the brain and the everything. So that's what this is all about. Vialox. Vialox is super popular. It's in a lot of cosmetic ingredients. It's a protein peptide, working with the muscle fibers again, stopping the receive message from the muscle contractions. So all 3 of these working together are going to assist in slowing down the expression line movement. So that's the first part. Then you have 3 collagen stimulators. Laminectine stimulates new collagen fibroblasts. Syncol, it's a small, tiny peptide that reactivates dormant tissue growth to encourage more the collagen fibroblasts again.
Mm-hmm.
Matrixyl 3000, super popular in cosmetic use, increases the cell respiration, kicking out the carbon dioxide, all those bad things that are in the cells that cause them to not work properly any longer. And then the last 3 of this ingredient list are free radical scavengers. There's a French walnut extract. There is a Barbados cherry, which is actually stabilized vitamin C, but it is a free radical scavenger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Secrets of Palm. It's a antioxidant from an apple extract, not to be confused with the one that we're going to talk about shortly. But it's a different apple.
You know how so many people are allergic to walnuts? Like super allergic to walnuts? Is there any, I mean, I wouldn't imagine, but could there be an allergic reaction to walnuts?
I've never heard that from this. It's not an internal eating in the digestive system.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had somebody be on lookout for a walnut allergy. The most I would say would be give them a sample and have them just try it like this.
Uh-huh.
And, for a couple days and see if they had any reaction. But I have never heard that, Norma. I would tell you if I have. I've been with UltraLuxe for 10 years.
Okay.
But that has never been brought up before.
Oh, okay. I've had people allergic to weird things, and one of them was a nurse that was allergic to avocados, and like her lips swell up, and that whole 9 yards of it. And I'm just like, and there's a lot of skincare ingredients that have avocado in it.
Yeah, we use a lot of avocado too. Like in that.
So she's like, whatever you do, don't put that on me. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So
research ingredients to make sure whatever I used didn't have it. She was one of the only ones that was really scared.
Food allergies, and cosmetic, it's a whole thing. I would stay away unless they've tried it already in a small patch. But I do know food allergies can be different than something in a bottle.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know, Norma. So I don't want somebody to go into anaphylactic shock and then, oh my gosh, where's the EpiPen? What do we do? Here we go. So good question, but I have not heard that. I would just be very cautious because it does have a French walnut extract. So it's good that you know that that's in this ingredient. So that nanoplex technology, I want you, before we go back, to now go 2 pages, I think, behind that or in front of it. I don't know what your book is, but there should be a page that says UltraLuxe Hydrating Pro Peel.
Got it. It's right next to it.
Okay. This is one of our peels, professional only.
Okay.
It's lactic acid, and it's not going to be so much of a peel as the treatment. It's only about a 20% lactic, which is still kind of a good level. Very slight tingling, but it actually contains those 9 ingredients we just spoke of.
Okay.
So this peel, when used in the back bar in a facial treatment, we call it the red carpet treatment because it's got just enough lactic, and lactic is super hydrating, really hydrating to a thin skin, a dry, a mature skin. But it's got enough to do a little peel treatment, but then it's allowing all of those 9 ingredients, those peptides, to just kind of jump in and go down, stimulate that collagen, immediately start slowing down those the expression lines, giving a soft result. So that's the main idea of this peel. No downtime again, nothing like that. So it's a beautiful treatment. I even, of all the peels that we have, you know, we don't like to normally do peels in the summer. This is the only one I am comfortable doing for somebody in the summer, because it's not so much all about peel as it is to get those wonderful ingredients and then soothe and calm. So of all the peels we have, this one I consider safe for summer. When I do events for my accounts, if they're in the summer months, they normally contain a peel, and this is the only one that we do, you know, from May, August. So I'm comfortable with that, but it's a great treatment for thin skin and mature skin for immediate gratification. So does that make sense? Does that kind of explain what we're getting ready to get into here?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's see. My book isn't stapled together, so I lose my pages. Hang on. Okay. We go back to, yeah. So back to the UltraLuxe 9, right?
Yep.
This is, it looks like a moisturizer, but it's actually a serum. And on the bottle, it says synthetic snake venom. I can't even read that small. But it's truly, it's going to be a serum. It's not a moisturizer. It's not going to hydrate the surface. It is going to force all those peptides, those tiny little baby, to sit on top of the muscle, to get in there and do its thing from the inside out. We call it Botox in a bottle. One application of this is not going to make it all go away. It is cumulative. So I normally say 7 to 10 days, the client will probably really start seeing a softening effect. They'll start seeing a plumping effect. But it's not just one application and, oh, magic, look, oh, it's great. So as it affects down there, those cells and everything starts accumulating in the skin, then they begin to see all that. And I also tell them, don't confuse dryness with tautness or tightening of the skin, because sometimes they'll feel, oh, it made me dry, but it's just a little plumping, a little tightening. So
I know what I need anyway.
yeah. So that's what UltraLuxe 9 is. There's a lot going on in this little bottle. And then right below it, you're going to see there is another UltraLuxe 9 OC. So the OC is oil control. You can see that. And it's the same recipe. It's the same great ingredients. There's just going to be a couple of different essential oils in the OC product that are not going to lend itself to causing breakout. You know, maybe a client, she's 45 or 50. She may have been oily in her teens. She may have still have large pores. She might still be susceptible to having a doozy every now and then, every once in a while. But so we've just alleviated a couple of oils that would not aggravate her. That would not cause her to have a breakout from it.
Yeah.
And also if someone is super fair are light complected and sensitive,
Mhm.
I might
Mhm.
choose the OC for them, just for a tiny bit of I don't even know, just to maybe not lean itself to having an issue with her. Never heard that happen before, but that's kind of how I position the
Yeah.
difference
Yeah.
in the two.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
almost a little bit fluffier, if that
Mhm.
even makes sense. But they are considered serums and not a moisturizer. There are Rolls Royce of the whole product line, the most expensive product. Even if I sell it or I'm telling someone how to use it, I don't have them take a great big dollop and just
Mhm.
spread it all over. I do like a half a pump, and I
Mhm.
have them apply it just where they would have injectables.
Okay.
I don't waste it on this
Right.
area because
Okay.
there's no expression movement that's
Mhm.
causing anything that
Mhm.
the synthetic snake venom is going to slow down. It's really not doing a lot,
Mhm.
but here where the movement from the muscles,
Mhm.
that's it.
Helps move it
So
out.
they may get, double their money if they're not using a full pump, just smearing
Yeah.
it everywhere and just concentrating on more of a spot treatment for them.
Okay.
So,
Because when they do look at the price, they get kind of scared, but then it's like a little goes a long way. Like
right. I totally agree.
it does last, and it's a better. The higher end products or the better products do last a lot longer. Then you're not wasting your money spending, buying a bunch of different stuff.
Yes, you're exactly right. All of the above. Okay, the next one is called youth. And youth is just what it says. It's to maintain the youth of the skin. It's a preventative anti-aging moisturizer, and I consider it for somebody like 25 to 35 years old. Somebody that's not yet ready for Botox or all this micro venom and
Mhm.
all this stuff, but they want to start now before the lines set in instead of
Mhm.
waiting until, well, look at these deep lines. What do we
Yeah.
do? Well,
Uh,
they're there now. They're not going to do a lot. But if you started before they got there with
Mhm.
some preventative to help
Yeah.
maintain that youthfulness in the skin a little longer.
Is there retinol in this at all?
No, ma'am. No,
No. No.
no. It is a little bit lighter than the other anti-aging creams. I believe it's macadamia, um,
No rose hip.
seed oil. It's got rose hip. Um, so, no, it
Okay.
doesn't have retinol for them just yet.
Okay. Because
Um,
I see some younger girls trying the retinol, which I mean, sometimes they're just so young, and
I
I worry about that because they're worried about the lines and wrinkles. But this might be good for that, like
I
as an
yeah.
alternative product to someone that's young and's worried.
I would definitely position it like that before they get into retinols. And like I said, a 25-year-old, the more they can do earlier is going
Mhm.
to prolong, for the latter.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's harder to fix.
so that's what youth is. So it's a great little, without them getting into all this other retinols and things. I don't think a 25-year-old needs yet.
Yeah, I
And
don't either.
snake venoms and all this stuff. So, okay. So then we see microvenom day complex. So that nanoplex technology, those 9 ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
we took that recipe and we combined it with a certain apple stem cell. That's the same apple stem cell in cosmetic use right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They've been studying this for like 25 years with all the stem cell research and rehabilitation for neck injuries and knee injuries,
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. There are cosmetic researchers, and all they do is try and find the latest and greatest fountain of youth. So they use that whole idea to rehabilitate injuries and, things with stem cells. Obviously, they're using human stem cells. So this certain research company found this particular apple. It's from Switzerland. No one ate it. It was very sour, had no sugar in it. And they cut it in half, and it should have turned brown and shriveled up and died. This one regenerated itself. It healed itself. And that was the aha moment with this particular apple extract, the stem cell apple extract.
I think
so this
in
yes,
other products like advertising. It's pretty amazing.
it is. The technology is crazy. So what this little apple extract, stem cell extract, we have an aging cell that's not great big anymore. It's smaller because that's how it happens. What happens? So this particular extract actually inserts itself into this aging cell at the cellular level and regenerates it, plumping it up, putting more life back into it, regenerating it. So now that little cell's a little plumper. It's working better. And now you've got those other 9 ingredients combined to be slowing down, the lines and expression. And with that plumping, it truly is going to give a Botox effect without a complete thing. But there's a lot of people that don't want to do injectables.
Yeah.
They're not ready to do injectables. They can't afford it. So on and so forth. But you also have that audience of clients that do injectables. And while they're on that lockdown, that complete, if they're using a product that contains these collagen stimulators, all this stuff, when they come off of that 3 months later or 4 months later, it's a very soft and gradual. The skin is in much better shape. So it may even help their injectables, give them another month of benefit rather than not doing anything to be stimulating collagen, be helping with anything. They're just relying on the injectable.
Yeah.
So it goes kind of both ways on that front and introduction to the client on these products. So does that make sense about? Okay, so microvenom, it's our little trademark, it's our recipe. There's lots of lines that do use that apple or that Vialox or all those ingredients because they are great ingredients for cosmetic use. But this is our whole recipe.
Okay.
So here you've got a day cream. It's not heavy. It's it's fairly lightweight, which I like because I put an SPF on top of it. It does not have SPF in it, so that makes it so it's not heavy. But you get all the benefits from everything that we just discussed. It has a little AHA in it just to kick off any dead skin cells to kind of do what it needs to do. So then below it, there's a night complex. It's got pretty much a lot of the same ingredients, the same recipe. It's just a little bit heavier of a cream, which a lot of people like a little bit heavier night cream. So there's just a couple of differences, but the most I would say is going to be the heaviness of the cream. Can they use the night cream in the day? Of course, if they just want one, they can use it day and night, or vice versa. They can use day for their night cream as well. Whatever they want. But we did want to have a little bit heavier one that just gave a little bit more while they're sleeping the benefit for that.
People like that. They're just used to it, I guess. I don't know.
Correct. So then look, here's another eye cream. Here's our Microvenom Eye Lift Complex. Love this eye cream personally. I love this. They will feel the firming and tightening in that little eye area. It's got a little retinol in it. It has a little hyaluronic in it. It's just a different formula, a little bit heavier than the vitamin C and the acid, because those are kind of concentrated more on acids and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a beautiful one. It's got a little built-in SPF in it.
Oh, good.
Little titanium just to reflect any sun rays in that area, just a little added protection. But
Okay.
I love this eye cream tremendously. I do.
Okay.
And then below it is Visual Lift eye cream. This is our heaviest eye cream.
Okay.
It doesn't have any retinols. It doesn't have any hyaluronic. It's got a lot of peptides in it. Clinical studies in this. This is one of the first eye creams UltraLuxe had. Clinical studies just show the benefits and the tightening and firming in that eye area.
Uh-huh.
So, another benefit, I love Visual Lift in the winter when we have the heater. Well, you may not have heaters on, but when the heaters are on, in your car, it's just dehydrating to the whole body. But I like it in the winter, just being a little bit heavier, or I like it at night for a heavier night cream or for the eye. So again, we've got different options depending on what, the client wants and what one wants, the other wants the opposite. So it's nice to have a choice. It's not one size fits all. And they know what their favorites are or so on and so forth.
Yep.
Okay, so next is, let's see what time it is the neck and décolleté cream. So we came out with a neck and décolleté with the Microvenom, and they actually formulated twice the amount of the Microvenom in this product, because the neck, is one of the first places that shows age. It doesn't have the muscle structure like the face to keep everything a little bit more in place for a little bit longer. That's why there's just not a lot of support. So we wanted something that would go in that would really help do a little plumping, tightening. And of course, don't forget, all through here, but we did a built-in SPF on that. So,
good.
So that area is taken care of in one swipe. Just a really nice, it's not greasy or oily. It penetrates fairly quickly, but you've got protection there and a little bit more support for that delicate skin. So then we didn't stop there. We did a hand cream. I kind of consider this more of a hand treatment, because you know how much we're washing our hands these days. It's crazy. But when I wash my hands, again, I have to put cream on. My cuticles are dry. I would go through one bottle of this in probably 5 days if I use it after every time I wash my hand. I've got lots of little hand creams that are great, that have shea butter, that cost $3. And those are my all day long creams. I've got something in my bag, something in my car, But this one, I use it in the morning before I head out to go drive around all day. It has SPF also to protect while I'm driving. And then at night, I'll do it before I go to bed, just to let it soak in and really kind of help with that. It helps with the sun damage. It'll help, has AHAs to help lightening, but that protection while I drive. And So I consider it a little bit more of a treatment. I think it's only $29. It's a great little product, but
Mm-hmm.
still, I mean, even for me, that's a lot of money for a hand product that I would go through in a week. So
Yeah,
I treat it more like a treatment for their hands. So great,
that's
great.
a good idea.
So in your little goodie bag, did you get a
Mm-hmm.
did you get a full size product?
I did. Thank you.
Is it
The
the
BB
BB oil? Okay,
oil.
good, 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 good. So you talked about the oils and the molecular structures earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about BB oil. Go ahead and pull yours out if you haven't touched it already or felt it.
No, not yet.
Let's play for a minute.
Okay.
So it's cranberry seed oil. That's the beautiful color that you see. And it's also omega 3, 6, and 9. That combination makes this a whole molecular structure, micro, micro, micro. Are you there? I can't hear you.
I think your sound. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, weird.
Okay, it's probably just something going through the towers or something. So it smells amazing,
It does smell good.
but since it's that tiny molecular structure, it's going to penetrate pretty quickly into the skin,
Mm-hmm.
and go down to the cellular level. So again, this one I would use, earlier than later to get that into the skin. What was I just
I
going to
love the way
say?
it smells.
It's beautiful. It's our number one product in UltraLuxe.
Okay.
I have an account that before COVID, when they were going and blowing full force, they would go through or sell 80 bottles a month.
Oh my God.
Amazing. They have like 7 estheticians that work there, so all their clients, but
Oh,
they couldn't keep it on the shelf. It's crazy.
wow.
But so it's going to work from the inside out. It's even got some little protectors in there to protect those little cells from sun damage. So they're going to see a lightening effect from it.
Okay.
The hydration occurs within from the inside out. And for a mature skin, that's a great, yes,
Mm-hmm.
we want the surface, but we want also the little dying, aging cells to be healthier,
Mm-hmm.
when they're born and protected. So it's also going to be kind of a booster to help your other products work better. It does so many amazing things. So it's pretty much cellular healing and
Okay.
deep repair. So as you can see where you applied it,
Mm-hmm.
it
I can
penetrates
tell it
really,
soaks good.
fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget the neck and décolleté because that little delicate skin needs that so much as well. So that's BB oil. It's our number one product. Like I said, I think it only retails, I think it's $50. So doable.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, department store brands got on a huge, everyone had to have face oils. All of a sudden, everyone's got face oils. Walk down the aisle, face oil, face oil. We've been doing face oils from day one. But then you look at them, and theirs are like $120, $160.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is in it that makes it that it's in a beautiful bottle, but it's a bunch of, not clean ingredients, not
Mm-hmm.
bunch of not good stuff in them. So,
Right.
just being very aware, and a $50 oil is much better than
Alarm's going.
uh,
Get it off.
oh my goodness. Is that in the whole spa?
In this area.
Oh my gosh, Norma. What do we do?
Let me just check real quick.
Okay. Yes, do.
I'll leave you right now.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
There we go. We're good.
Okay. Well, that was a bit of a wake-up call, wasn't it? Hello.
You never know.
Well, if there's a fire going on, I want you to get out as soon as possible.
Right. Wait, we're on BB cream.
I know. We can't be having that. So that's crazy. Also, just a quick little tidbit. BB means beauty balm. And and it has to do like 3 or more things to be considered a BB cream. So we developed the first BB oil. So it does all these wonderful things, and you can, see a little bit more about it. There's an ingredient that you might want to just highlight in the paragraph. It's like 3 from the bottom. It says Renovage. Do you see that? Renovage, the most exciting anti-aging ingredient on the market.
Okay, yeah.
Highlight that, Renovage, and Google that at some point.
Okay.
Do a little homework on that.
Uh-huh.
It's super chemistry, chromosome, blah blah. But it's great to understand what that ingredient is.
Okay.
And put it in your verbiage and your terms. But it has to do with the chromosomes, and it's a whole thing. And I'm not just super well versed on that without a whole page of trying to talk a little chemistry.
Yeah.
But Google that, and you'll see clinical studies on this ingredient.
Okay.
That we didn't do, that these research companies, and why it's so exciting to cosmetic use these days. So just
look it up.
Read a little bit about that, and that'll even make it even more special. So okay, moving along here.
The BB oil.
I'm going to grab something to drink really fast. 1 second.
Okay, you're good.
Some juice. I didn't know where I put it. Found it. But okay. Okay. So this next product is we need to talk about this. It's called enzyme peeling cream. Have you played with any of these products we've talked about yet, or no?
I did on my practical, because this was on one of the protocols.
Yeah, it's on all the protocols.
Okay.
This product, if I asked a room of 10 estheticians, what's your favorite product? Probably 8 of them are going to say this product right here.
Ooh, nice.
And there's no acids, first of all, in this. It's pumpkin enzymes. Pumpkin and
okay.
So, enzymes, it's an exfoliator. Enzymes, they work like a Pac-Man. So you have a pore, and it might have a little whitehead in it, or makeup debris, or blackhead. And the job of those pumpkin enzymes is to loosen and lift impurities.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes around like a Pac-Man, kind of loosening and lifting. So now, not that you're going to see each one of these little things, but microscopically, it's loosened up right there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're going to go to remove this product, we call it gamage, which
Mm-hmm.
is a friction. It's a
Mm-hmm.
massage
Mm-hmm.
movement, but with friction. So you're going to go back and forth, and now it's going to kick off a bunch of those little clogged pores, or even push them up a little bit further. So then if you have extractions, then they fly out
Okay.
like you want. They really assist in that benefit. In your protocol book, or in the back here, I'll point it out in a moment. It gives you an option to either use this product behind the chair the way I just suggested,
Mm-hmm.
or you can apply it with steam and let the heat activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the benefit of that is the skin is also going to be very warm. So
Mm-hmm.
and then you would just remove it with a hot towel,
Okay.
not that gamage method, because the
Mm-hmm.
face is damp. So the
Right.
product, in the other way, it dries. But this one, you would just remove it and go right into extractions. So
So
I'll show you.
okay, just like if you use it dry, then when you when you rub it off, are you probably using damp cloths or wet fingers or?
When you apply it in the dry method, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
show you. I hope you can see well. A tiny bit, Norma, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't stress that enough. Like,
Tiny
this
bit.
is a tiny bit.
Okay.
I might have a tiny bit more for the whole face. But when I apply this, I kind of put it across my fingers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do a quick push, push, push. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a little spread out. And
Mm-hmm.
then I spread it out a little bit more. But I want it
Just a real
to,
fine, thin layer. Okay.
I call it cloudy.
Okay. Okay.
I want to be able to see the skin shine through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the thinnest application.
Okay.
It'll dry in about 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
completely dry. If
Okay.
you use this product and you apply too much or it's too thick, it won't dry. It'll stay gummy,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be a mess, and you'll hate it.
Okay.
But I let it just dry like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my fingers dry, I'm going to go into that gamage method.
Okay.
And then
Interesting.
it's
Yeah,
already
I've
starting to.
never seen anything like that dry. Use
Yeah.
dry.
So you're not using anything wet. But that friction,
Mm-hmm.
it stimulates circulation too, which
Mm-hmm.
is awesome. But it will allow you to go in and do extractions. But if you see just tons of extractions are needed, I would maybe go the other method. And
The
I'll go
steam.
ahead with the steam method.
Then how
Go
long
ahead.
in the steam?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Go back to those protocols, like on page, in my book, it's 53, and it's called the clarifying facial.
Okay.
Then, one of them is the actual protocol, and then one of the pages looks like this.
Okay. Yeah, I have that.
So look at the bottom where it says options,
Mm-hmm.
and then it says extractions may be performed during this facial if necessary. It's best
Okay.
to utilize the steam method of processing the enzyme peeling cream to
Okay.
facilitate a short 3 to 5 minute massage with, and then it's talking about another product which I'll touch on, prior to exfoliating with the enzyme peeling cream to help soften stubborn impactions, and so forth. So that's just saying, 3 to 5 minutes with steam on. or so on. So probably about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you're going to see that same options on all the facial protocols, just as a reminder, and how to use it that way, as
Okay.
opposed to the normal way.
And then you just use a warm towel, just a regular,
Yeah.
Your barber towel.
Yeah, I definitely use a warm towel or a warm 4x4 to get any little bits off when you're finished. Either even if you do the dry method, just for any bits that might remain there, I get a warm towel or warm 4x4, and they'll just slide off. You don't have to do another cleansing to get it off. If you did the steam method, warm. So the skin is warm, and then for your extraction process, you always want to do the extractions on a warm skin anyway. So you've got 2 ways to use this product.
Okay.
The client's obviously going to just use that gamage method, the dry method. And for that, I normally suggest that they put it on their skin, let it kind of dry for a minute or 2, and then get in the shower. And before they get all wet, do their own gamage so that's still dry. But they can do it real quickly, and it'll just go down the drain rather than leaning over their vanity and then doing it. And then they've got all these little bits of skin, and then they got to clean their vanity.
Right.
So I'm all about helping quicker, no cleanup, no. So that's, kind of how I tell them to use it. And, they can use it every other day, once or twice a week.
Okay.
Whatever they see fit. But
Okay.
it's super gentle for the most sensitive of skin that still needs to exfoliate. So great product. And I hope you might have one in your sample bag. I don't know.
I don't know.
If not, maybe Kendall has a sample that she can send you home with to use on yourself.
Okay.
Just so you can experience how that cloudy application.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
Okay.
And then next we come to the active mask. This is also a wet mask. It doesn't have clay. It does kind of dry on the skin, but truthfully, it has those that tripeptide formulation that those 9 ingredients come from. So it utilizes a tripeptide formulation, lots of tightening, has some lactic acid for a little bit of exfoliation, vitamin B5. It's got great things for repair. It has papaya, oat protein. It's got great ingredients, super tightening, super firming. They can also sleep in this mask.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I've done that many, many times. And when you wake up, the skin is tight and taut. So again, it's nice if there's a special occasion, tomorrow or the weekend, do it, once or twice that week before leading up to it. But it's a immediate gratification mask. It's
now is this mask more of the exfoliant mask than a treatment mask?
It's more of a treatment. It just happens to have some lactic.
Okay.
But it is made for thin skin, for mature skin. It just happens to be kind of active.
So you do your exfoliants before this?
Correct. Okay. So yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You can always use a face oil under any of the masks as a kind of a booster. There's, any serums, and in the different protocols, it tells you some of the products to use before you apply the mask.
Yeah.
So you can get more familiar with those suggestions, but we'll talk about some of those coming into this now. after anti-aging, we go into the maintenance collection, and then the sensitive and the clear. These next collections that we're going to talk about are set up a little bit different. There's
Okay.
some products in these lines that the anti-aging products don't have, like a toner. There's a seaweed liposome gel. There's some certain products that are not in anti-aging. So you might pull from these from maintenance or the sensitive line to add to their regimen if needed. And I'll explain as we go what that looks like. But you're going to kind of now, as we move forward, the products are going to kind of look repetitive. Oh, there's another this. Oh, there's another this. They're the same product, but the different essential oils are making it, setting it apart. So, like the maintenance,
I tried the seaweed liposome gel. That stuff looks like a powerhouse.
It is a powerhouse. Which formula do you know? If it was
the maintenance.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely jump into that. So maintenance, you'll see grapefruit. Where's all my little list? Grapefruit, rosewood, frankincense, sprinkled throughout all this line. So the cleanser is red grapefruit wash. Smells like grapefruit. It's more of a sorbet, creamy texture. Super nice. Pretty self-explanatory there.
Does this get foamy?
No,
no. The cream wash.
It's just more of a kind of a creamy.
Okay.
I say sorbet. But no bubbles. No, not like that.
Okay.
Then below it is an exfoliator. It's called Triple Action Organic Scrub. This is very earthy.
Okay.
Norma, it looks like dirt. It's brown. Okay. So your organic people will love it.
Okay.
But in the BB oil, we talked about the omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. The little scrub bits in this product is omega-3 flax seeds.
Okay.
It doesn't source from fish oil. It's from flax seeds.
Okay.
And there's three different sizes in this mixture. So you're going to have that, and then you're also going to have AHAs in this, about a 4%, just a very light, but it's going to give that a little bit more chemical exfoliation, and then you're using your fingers to give the mechanical, and so on and so forth. So this one, it might tingle just a little. It's very minimal, but it does have a little bit of it's just a little bit more aggressive, obviously, than the enzyme peeling cream.
Do people use this in their protocols when they're doing facials too?
They do. In some of them, especially like the clarifying facial, we do double exfoliation. We'll do the enzyme peel, then we'll do the triple action, then we'll do a peel. So, some treatments are going to have like a triple exfoliation. It'll also, if you're going to do microderm, it'll tell you when to do that if you're doing a microderm.
I don't know if they do microderm here.
Okay. But you'll see it in the protocols when you read through.
Okay.
So it's great for just a little bit more of an exfoliation for that client. So, some people need a really deep cleansing facial. So you've got options here. Some people haven't had a facial in 5 years. That would be a great time to insert that as well and give them a really deep cleansing there. So it does look like dirt, and I do this in the shower as well, so it doesn't get
it's
a
little messy.
It's a little messy. And if you do it in the treatment room, I wouldn't use a white towel to remove it because it can stain the towel. I do disposable 4x4s or
Okay.
a dark colored hot
Mm-hmm.
towel if you
Okay.
choose to do that. Okay, so then next we've got Aromasol Mist. These are our toners,
Mm-hmm.
and they're awesome. They're alcohol free, so it's water from the Dead Sea. Anything from the sea or the ocean is so
Mm-hmm.
good for us,
Mm-hmm.
minerals and vitamins. So that's exactly what the water comes from, um, the minerals from it. This one has rosewood and geranium. I always give it a quick shake before I mist it, just
Mm-hmm.
in case the little sediment of the minerals, not that you can see them,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Mm-hmm.
want to get them shaken up and all going all through again. So I give it a quick shake. You can mist it. You can use cotton pads, whatever preference you
Okay.
like, the client likes.
Okay.
Um, so that's pretty easy right there. Seaweed liposome gel,
Yeah,
awesome product.
good.
It's like a power shake for your skin.
Mm.
It's time released. So those little liposomes have vitamins B5, C, E, all these wonderful ingredients encapsulated. And the job of this product, it's not as much of a serum that it just goes down to the cellular, but it's a serum in the fact, bless you,
Thank you.
it's a serum in the fact that all it does is travel through the intercellular fluid just all day for like 10 hours. And it releases these liposomes with these vitamins in it.
Nice.
So all day while you're living your life, in the elements, uh,
Mm-hmm.
stressing out, not eating properly, it's continuously giving you these vitamins into the skin.
Mm-hmm.
And then at night, while you sleep all night, it's continuously releasing all these wonderful ingredients into the skin.
Nice.
It is. We call it a power shake for the skin. Um, so it's awesome. Sometimes people don't know what to do with it. Well, kind of misunderstood. But I apply this either first thing on a clean skin, or I apply it right after my serum because
Okay.
they work differently, and
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like a lot of layering, which some lines you can't. I mean, you layer and then it just stays greasy and it just keeps moving. All of these penetrate to where they're supposed to go, so you're not in the end having all this moving around, then the
Yeah.
makeup's balling
Mm-hmm.
up. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really not like that, and that's feedback I get from so many accounts or estheticians saying, I'm amazed at the layering that we're doing and not
Mm-hmm.
having
How
that
nice it looks.
after. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome to know. That's really great. Okay, next here is another face oil. This one is just called omega-3 repair complex. This is omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. It doesn't have the 9 like the BB oil does.
Mm-hmm.
So the molecular structure is changed in this one. It's more of a big fat molecule.
Okay.
The BB oil is micro, tiny, tiny, and goes all the way down. This one is going to be more topical in just the upper layers
Mm-hmm.
where we need repair visually.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
want to see that the skin is looking healthier and so forth. We call it liquid gold as well because it's gold in color. But we use this in the facial treatments as our massage vehicle.
Okay.
You can just take a couple of drops of this, Norma, and go into the skin, and it just keeps going and going. As long as you keep going, you don't have to add more.
Okay.
It'll just move and go until you stop, and then it penetrates in.
Okay.
and it settles in. But
Mm-hmm.
it's great for massage. You're not
Oh,
having to scoop out more.
mm-hmm.
And it's repairing and doing wonderful things for the immunity, the strength
Mm-hmm.
of the skin. You know, some very thin, fragile skin
Mm-hmm.
would benefit from this face oil tremendously.
Okay.
I never use the two of them together. I think that's overkill. You know,
Okay.
maybe the
One or the
omega. Yeah, I like the omega 3 for nighttime because it is kind of heavier.
other. Mm-hmm.
It won't interfere in my makeup at night. And not that it does in the day, but I do have to step back and let it soak in. And I can't just hurry and put makeup on. And I use mineral makeup, so I definitely don't want it muddy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if there's
Mm-hmm.
dampness, it'll so
Yeah.
that's my preference. Um,
Mm-hmm.
some people love it day and night. So it's just going to be a preference, but I do consider it a little bit heavier because it's more topical.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Okay, and again, the essential oils are geranium, frankincense, in in that, and in the seaweed, frankincense, tangerine, rosewood. So those same balancing essential oils are in all these products.
Okay.
Then the moisturizer for this line is called Hydrosoft Lotion. And remember, we talked about Hydrosoft Cream
Mm-hmm.
earlier. That's the heaviest because it's a cream.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is a lotion. It's super lightweight, Norma. It's oil free. It has a tiny bit of lactic in it, plant ceramides, but nothing for anti-aging again. So
Just
I
to
I
maintain
wouldn't put
like
it.
moisturizer,
Yeah,
like a
I
facial.
wouldn't I wouldn't put it on a 40 or 50-year-old. It's not enough. It's super
Okay.
lightweight.
Okay.
Um, So, it's kind of picking and choosing what's going to be their best benefit. But I
Right.
would introduce the seaweed liposome, the omega 3, the aerosol mist to an anti-aging skin because those type of products are not in the vitamin C line or in any of those others that we spoke of.
Okay.
So then next you see enzyme peeling cream. That's the
Yep.
same exact one we just talked about.
Okay.
They're gonna repeat this in this whole book.
Okay.
So just so you know, it's good for every skin collection,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
So we don't have to talk about that again. And then here's the mask for the maintenance, and it's called Berry.
All right.
It is a clay mask, so it's going to be kale and clay, um, raspberry, strawberry,
Mm.
chamomile. It smells so divine. And that's
Yum.
when I was saying, do a different mask sometimes so your client doesn't get bored.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even like this one, maybe just do it on their nose area or their T
Oh.
zone, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe the vitamin C out here or something. You
Mm-hmm.
can definitely customize these masks. You
Okay.
can layer these masks. Um, you can put the vitamin C on and maybe the berry on top of it. There's
Mm-hmm.
anything you want to do that that way. It's always going to be a wet mask on first and then a clay on top because the clay can get through, but if you do the clay first, the wet can't get through. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but I love the berry mask, and a 60-year-old, she needs a good cleaning out every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a beautiful. I love that mask. So okay. Next is the clear and oily to acneic. Like I mentioned, tea tree and lavender.
Mm-hmm.
Except there were going to be a couple of products I was going to let you know that are also awesome for hormonal breakout. There's
Oh,
not a
good.
lot, not a lot we can do for hormonal, and you don't want to put them all in an acne line because they're
Mm-hmm.
not producing too much oil. Their hormones are out of balance. So
Right. Yeah.
So the first cleanser you see here is Acai Clarifying Wash, or acai, or
Mm-hmm.
acai, however you want to pronounce it. I hear, it's but but this cleanser is a gel. It's going to bubble up
Okay.
and give that feel. Um, the recipe for this cleanser, and then there's a couple of others. It says in this paragraph, there's 3 powerful antioxidants from the Brazilian rainforest: organic acai berry, copaiba, and andiroba. Copaiba and andiroba are nuts from like 60-foot rainforest trees.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like shea butter
Mm-hmm.
comes from a nut.
Mm-hmm.
But these ones actually, they balance oil. They're also hormone stress reducers. So those knots that are like BBs
Mm-hmm.
underground that don't do any, you can't do anything with them. You can't
Mm-hmm.
extract them. This is going to help break that down and help dissolve them
Oh, nice.
so they go away on their own.
Yeah.
Hopefully quicker.
Uh-huh.
It's got a little salicylic and lactic acid as well. Again, this is great for men. It's a great cleanser for men. It's got sandalwood essential oil.
Hmm.
So it's not girly, I say that, but it does have some lavender and rosemary. It's an
Okay.
awesome, awesome cleanser. Definitely one of the top cleansers in the whole line.
Okay.
So you've got that. And then below it, you see mud lavender wash.
Uh-huh.
This is definitely for acneic problematic skin. It's mud from the Dead Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It also has some sulfur in it.
Okay. To help pull stuff out.
Yes, and also dry. The colloidal sulfur is also drying. So
Okay.
those pustules,
Mm-hmm.
um, all those things, it's going to help draw them out and dry them up.
Okay.
Um, Along then with the minerals from the mud, it's got lavender in it. Um, all those wonderful things. But after that acneic skin has been using this day and night, for 2-3 weeks, however long, they're going to see a difference in their skin. It's
Oh,
going to start clearing up.
okay. Good.
Once it does, when they don't have pustules present, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to flip them to start using the acai wash. Maybe in the
Okay.
daytime, maybe one a day and one at night. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't see a need for, the
For the
sulfur
mud. Mm-hmm.
every day and night, 365 days a year.
Right.
Because they're going to get to a point to where it is cleared up. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't need that quite so much. They don't need that
Mm-hmm.
drying that the
Mm-hmm.
sulfur has provided.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and an acneic client is going to need several products in their arsenal to
Right.
fight this
Yeah.
disease.
Yeah. They do.
They do. It's, again, one thing is not going to be the end all. So,
Yeah, they're hard.
the aside, yeah, it's a
They
terrible
have so
struggle.
much. I know. Well, and then all the other variables that go with it. Like, what are you eating? Are you clean? Are you, there's
I
just so
know.
much to go with it. And it's like, oh,
What's
I
your
could,
shampoo? Are you
yeah.
washing your pillowcases? I know. It's so many things. So
Uh-huh.
there are 2 cleansers here, but the acai wash definitely for hormonal
Okay.
to offer that client.
Okay.
Okay, so then next is the aerosol mist. Just like the same
Mm-hmm.
alcohol. Sorry, he waits for one of his dog pals to walk by. So there we go. Okay, so here's the toner. Oh wait.
Okay, so they are cross. You can use them in 2 different skin types. All of these.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Right.
Not that I wasn't at the toner yet. The triple action scrub came
Mm-hmm.
first. Okay. Same earthy. everything, but it's got tea tree and lavender. So,
Okay.
and that problematic skin probably needs more of an aggressive exfoliator than just a gentle enzyme peel, you know. So, you've got options there, but I like the alpha hydroxy acids that are in this for the clear skin. And this one is a little bit higher than the other ones. The other ones were like a 4%. This is more of a 5 or 6%. So
Okay.
it's just in this formula, just a little bit more active, a little bit more tingling, but their skin is probably thicker. It's got more sebaceous glands pumping, and so you've definitely got an option here for them that will probably be better than just the enzyme peel for them. And then here's the toner, same toner, alcohol free, but it's got tea tree, lavender, thyme, and a lot of people don't use toners anymore, or they skip it, but
Love.
especially I do too, especially for an oily skin. They're picking on their face. They know they're not supposed to. Everyone tells them, but they're still going to mess around with that. So, and every time they do that, they go here, they
Yeah.
pick something out, but it's going to have bacteria come out, and it's just going to travel. They're just spreading it. So, they're going to do it. I would definitely sell them this toner. That tea tree is going to kill that bacteria. After they do get one, they can have a little pad and immediately
Clean
pat
it
it
up.
in there, clean the bacteria to stop the spreading.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, I know.
I know.
Those bad habits.
It's bad habits. It is, but just even that little thing can help stop the spread. What they're doing. So you've got that seaweed liposome gel, same exact power shake, time release, but this one is going to release lavender and tea tree. So all the more that it's traveling around that intercellular fluid, it's releasing that antibacterial, the tea tree deeper, or the lavender deeper into the skin. So we're hitting it at all directions that we can to calm it, kill the bacteria. So definitely great for them in this formula to start seeing results very quickly and to care for it. Now, this next product, Deep Pore Clarifying Serum. It's a serum. It also is the same recipe of ingredients as that acai wash. Those ingredients from the Brazilian rainforest. So even more so for the hormonal breakout, it's normally all in the chin and the mouth area. Since it's a serum, it's going into the skin, traveling down, and this is truly what's going to help dissolve and break down those knots. Cleansers are fine, but you're washing it off, that a little bit will penetrate, but this being a serum is truly going to get in there, and it doesn't get washed off, and it's able to do. And on the flip side, it's great for your acne client, but especially another something to offer the hormonal. Now, very quickly, I want you to flip back to that clarifying facial that we talked about. And I think on the page after the clarifying facial, you should see professional clarifying booster. Okay. This is the professional version of this deep pore clarifying serum. It's much, much more concentrated. It's back bar only. The deep pore clarifying serum is the retail version, but this is a great tool for you in the back bar to use on your clients that are suffering from either the hormonal or congestion, pustules. So you can see this will give you a little bit more talk about the organic acai, copaiba, and androma, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and this gives you a couple different ways to use this product. You can use it. You can use a few drops as your massage vehicle. You can use it with little stones or rollers. You can, with our peels, you can mix this. It's a gel, so it's going to have much of a gel consistency. Our peels that there's some called green tea acid peels. I don't know if you carry those, but it's very watery, liquidy. And instead of like the 8 drops of that peel that you would apply on the skin, you'll do about 4 or 5 drops, about half of that, and then the other half of this product, and it'll change, kind of make it more of a gel texture. And then when you go to apply it, it stays put without, sometimes the too watery can sometimes run, but this will stay put.
Oh, nice.
And what it does, it's going to triple the effect of the peel, but also acting like a buffer. So it's not going to be 3 times more irritating. Just it's going to elevate the treatment to tripling the effect of the benefit.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's so great. It's such a great product. So you can read about it. It says it was specially formulated to accelerate the antioxidant benefits. When combined with the green tea peel, this highly concentrated formula penetrates deep to deliver triple the strength of the active ingredients, from targeting acne-causing bacteria at the source, lightening, balancing the oil. It's wonderful. I think it's a little magic product that should be in everyone's back bar, but it tells you here different ways to use it after that. So
yeah, that would be nice, because after your facial, you still want to see things happening 2 and 3 days later, or even more. And that's just like such a added benefit to it, and that's, again, having people come back. They want to come back and see you.
Yeah. Yes. So I would definitely send them home with a deep pore clarifying serum, but utilize. And I think when Kendall and I talked, I can't remember if she said she has this, or I can't remember, but put a little star in your head on this one, and refer when you get to know your back bar really well. Look for it. It's in a dropper bottle.
So, yeah, that would be awesome to use.
It is. I just highly suggest it. I think it's a great tool for the esthetician to get results and keep the client happy, and then send them home. One product. Let's do this product today. That serum can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So love that. And then next is the omega-3 oil, but this one is going to have the lavender in it. Again, we're fighting oil with oil. A lot of oily skins are going to freak out. I'm not putting oil on my face. They can put a drop. They can put a drop in their moisturizer and then spread through, so they don't feel the oil, psychologically.
Yeah.
But truthfully, their skin is probably so dehydrated from trying to dry it up every day, every night.
Yeah.
They need some hydration, some repair.
That barrier function.
Yes, exactly. So that's the clear formula. Then next is the Hydrosoft lotion. Again, it's oil-free, super lightweight, lavender, just super, super light. And then the pore minimizer. This also has those same ingredients as the rainforest, as those products we just spoke about. And, you know, there's a ton of makeup primers out there, face primers. And you know, they pretty much came out when mineral foundations came out. Oh, you got to have a primer first. You got to have a primer before you put the powder on. So everybody's got makeup primers now. And they're basically a silicone ingredient. Ours is dimethicone, and we have it comes from a Japanese plant, is the derivative from it. So it is natural. Yeah, it is natural. And then to go along with that, I mean, primers basically are like an invisible veil across the whole thing. No, we can't make that pore smaller again, but we can coat it with this product. So now it appears like it might be smaller. It puts that protection barrier. So when they put the makeup on, that dehydrated skin isn't soaking up their makeup because it's thirsty. They have no makeup on their nose because it's you know, it's all over the place. So just knowing that this one, along with providing those benefits, it is loaded full of treatment, the organic acai, the hormone stress reducers, the anti-inflammatories. So it's not just a nice makeup primer. It's truly a great treatment. You know, while it's sitting in the pores, it's able to go into the skin in the pores. So it's super nice. Makes
And then
the
they
makeup.
can use that on its own with sunscreen.
It doesn't really have an SPF factor to it, but you could put the sunscreen under it, I would think. So that can work, and then this would seal it in. Are you there, Norma? Uh-oh.
But if you sunscreen,
I'm sorry, you went still on me. Say that again, please.
using the pore minimizer with the tinted sunscreen.
Oh, yes. That would be awesome. That would just be awesome. So you've got some great little nuggets here for different challenges that are going to help. They're going to work. It's not just one size fits all for this and blah, 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 blah. So that's that. And then we've got about 30 minutes left, so I don't mean to speed through this, but it's a lot. It's a ton of info. I know. Okay, next is the drying potion. There's tons of drying potions out on the market. Lots of great, you know, they'll dry up a pustule, no problem. And most of them do contain benzoyl peroxide, which is a great ingredient. But unfortunately, you know, wherever that pustule might be, they put something on it. It may dry it up, but also it's going to dry up all that skin around it. Now they're going to be picking on their face. So now they got that to deal with.
Right.
I mean, it's never ending. It goes on and on. So this one happens to be 12 all natural ingredients, no benzoyl. It's so nice. It does have Dead Sea sulfur, and that's going to be the drying element to this. But it also has lavender, chamomile, sage, peppermint, citric acid. It's got some great other ingredients. They sleep in this. It's white, or else they'll have polka dots all over their face. But it's white, and you just dot it where you need. It'll clear it up in a day or two, depending on how bad the pustule is.
Yeah.
Even after one day, they'll see, oh, it's on its way out. It's already starting to clear up. So they might need to use it 2 or 3 nights in a row.
Mhm.
But I've really never seen it more than that. The other good thing about this that I've found out, it's great for poison ivy,
Ah,
mosquito bites, um, chiggers, all of that stuff. And it's safe for children.
yeah.
Um, so I had a neighbor and she had like a little 5-year-old little girl that got chigger bites, in her little warm parts
Ah,
and just itched and itched. And,
mm,
and I gave her a bottle of this, the doctor, steroid or,
oh,
whatever to try and help, with all these problems. I gave her a bottle and, um, her mom said the next day, Jennifer, it is amazing. She said that is the first night she has slept through the night without itching all night.
mhm.
So, I mean, just remember it does have another great
Mhm.
benefit for this little
Mhm.
product.
It's good
I
to have.
use it. Yes, yes. I use it for mosquito bites. When I walk my dog in the summer, I
Mhm.
always come back with at least 1 or 2 bites on my ankles from
Mhm.
little things. I'll put this on immediately when I get back from walking him, and it'll be gone in 30 minutes. But it dries out the poison.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's why it works for poison ivy and for it will
Yeah.
it will dry up that poison as well as a pustule and
Hmm.
so
That's kind
forth.
of
So
cool.
it is kind of cool. So it's also the very first product that Nate's father ever made. He made it in the kitchen. Um, his wife, they're divorced now, but she is a big celebrity esthetician, and she would come home and say, "I need something for acne. I need something."
Mhm.
Oh, he would go make stuff, and then it eventually became this beautiful whole skincare line.
Oh,
But
wow.
that's where it started. But this was the very first little product, and just
That's kind of
kind of
cool.
kind of fun to know little ins and
Mhm.
outs there. And then same enzyme peeling cream,
Mhm.
but and then the mask is the mud lavender mask. And
Okay.
just what it says, it's definitely mud from the Dead Sea. It's got sulfur in it, um, kaolin clay. Again, it's a stronger clay mask, but it's going to really absorb the pustules, the
Mhm.
breakout, and you know again, that skin challenge is going to need a mask in their regimen at least once a week to just help control what they're going through.
Mhm.
So that's that little guy. Then we have the sensitive collection,
Okay.
chamomiles and bergamots, calming, soothing. So the first cleanser, bergamot wash. Again, it's going to be that creamy, no
Mhm.
bubbles,
Mhm.
but very soft, nice cleanser for the skin.
Mhm.
Also some tangerine, sweet almond. So beautiful, beautiful cleanser. And then below it is a cleanser called Soya Wash. And this is for that client that reacts to everything,
Okay.
allergic to everything. Um, Maybe they've gone through some trauma to the skin, either some laser, some heavy duty peels, any
Mhm.
trauma to the skin that they still need to clean their face, but this is detergent free. It's basically just pure soy protein and rose water.
Okay.
It's so gentle. Um, it's got some rosewood extract, but other than that, no detergents, no anything in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Those are the other difficult ones because when they say they're
yeah,
sensitive, you have to believe them.
yes, yes.
It's
They
like,
can just like do that, and
uh-huh.
now the whole face is red just
Yeah.
from just a quick tickle on the cheek.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
yeah. You do have to believe them. That's funny. That's very true. Yeah. Okay, and then Here's triple action organic scrub, same earthy everything, but with lavender and chamomile. So a little bit gentler version. Now this next product is great to have in the back bar. It's called Recovery, and it's just what it says. It's when the skin needs to recover.
Okay.
Something there's either been trauma to it, which we, it peels, lasers, anything like that. We even suggested in the protocols after any peel. Some people don't need it, but some do. So whether or not you skip that step, it's just nice to have in your back bar as an answer if something goes awry.
Right.
If you reach for cool water, you're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? This is what you do. You reach for this. So it's always good to know you've got an emergency product, and it's like pure aloe leaf juice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, oat extract, again, very calming. Chamomile.
Could you use this after extractions? Like, some people don't want to go home with red extraction marks.
Yeah.
Would that be good for something like that?
It would. It'll help pull the red out. If you've done a waxing and they're really red, their brows, I would put this on it and tap that into it, because I don't want them walking out with red or a red lip.
Yeah.
So any trauma, if extractions caused a lot of redness, I would definitely reach for this little guy too.
Okay.
So,
I always have to treat them with something, because
Yeah, and if you don't have something, it's like, what do I do? Oh my gosh! So you don't. It's nice to know you've got a friend back here in your little cart. So that's Recovery, and then below it is Irritation Relief Complex. So what's the difference? Irritation Relief Complex is for that client that wakes up red every day.
The rosacea.
Yes, exactly. Even some eczema, or anything that they wake up and their skin is flushed, it's red. This will help calm that down, pull that out. Pure marine extracts, a little bit of macadamia seed oil, just a few calming and soothing ingredients in here to help keep all that at bay.
Okay.
So,
yeah, because a lot of people have that too, the redness problem.
Yeah, and it gets worse as they get older, or their environment,
triggers, they forget about what triggers it.
Exactly. So you've got an answer for that as well, for that super irritated skin. And some of it turns into acne too. So then you got that on top of it. So it's
that'd be tough.
I know. I agree. And then there's the Aromasol Mist. Super same toner, except it's bergamot and chamomile and tangerine. And then here's the mask for sensitive skin. It's called Blue Mask.
Okay.
And this is in pretty much all the protocols. It's a wet mask. Okay. And we normally suggest in the protocol, you'll see it's done in the beginning of the treatment. And a lot of people are like, why do you do it in the beginning? Because we still do a mask at the end of the treatment as well.
Okay.
But this one just pretty much prepares the skin for the treatment. You can do it with steam on. I still stick to my enzyme killing rules, but you can read the different ways you can do it. But it's basically prepping. It contains azulin. Are you familiar with azulin?
Isn't that like what's in blue tansy, like a essential oil?
It is. It is. It is. It is extracted from the German chamomile plant,
Okay.
which is different than just regular chamomile.
Mm-hmm.
There's a plant called the German chamomile, and when it flowers, normally chamomile's a white little flower.
Mm-hmm.
When this one flowers, it's got a tiny, tiny blue, bright blue bulb in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know, I want to say 100 times more concentrated. I don't know how many times, but
Mm-hmm.
it's super concentrated than just the chamomile.
Yeah.
So that extraction, that blue,
Mm-hmm.
if anything's ever blue, it probably has azulin in it.
Uh-huh.
So waxing products, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them have the azulin in it. A lot of
Okay.
blue waxes, blue post oils,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's so special about azulin. So this one is just it's just a beautiful, hydrating, great for sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of a facial, say an acne facial, and you did a lot of extractions on them,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would,
Good, huh?
before
Yeah.
you put the mask on, I would put a thin layer of the blue mask where you did those extractions, and
Mm-hmm.
then the regular mask on top, the
Okay.
mud
Okay.
lavender. But
Mm-hmm.
that blue will work to pull that red out while
Mm-hmm.
also allowing that mud lavender to clean the pores and and give a
Mm-hmm.
good. So it'll in your protocols it'll say you can layer masks.
Mm-hmm.
You do the blue
Mm-hmm.
first.
That would
So
be.
that's when I love to use the blue mask, is the layering at the end, especially if you did a peel on somebody and they're a little flush still.
Mm-hmm.
Do a
Mm-hmm.
thin layer of that blue mask and then whatever mask you would
Okay.
normally have just used on its
Uh-huh.
own. So don't be afraid to play with it and customize them like
Mm-hmm.
that in any way you see fit.
Okay.
Okay, next is the discoloration and refine line. Again, they're kind of combining those two. Um, um, the vitamin C line now is, much more advanced technology, much higher percentages of vitamin C's and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. But there's great products in this collection that sell super well still, that's not going anywhere. They have their own little place. So the first is going to be the cleanser, mud eucalyptus wash. And it's, again, kind of like the mud lavender wash. It's mud from the Dead Sea, eucalyptus, which is, and lemon, super brightening and lightening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So just another option, beautiful to perform on dark skin that has pigmentation problems
Mm-hmm.
without causing adverse reactions for
Mm-hmm.
them. So great suggestion there. Um, yes. Then you've got the triple action scrub. Again, here we go. But this one has eucalyptus and lemon and chamomile. So,
Okay.
so is it? It's kind of making sense now. You see the
Mm-hmm.
same things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the oils that are kind of
Mm-hmm.
separating it.
Yep.
Here's a little treatment product that's awesome called Complexion Corrector for sun damage spots. Um, it's got kojic acid,
Okay.
which is one of the best natural lighteners. It's from a Japanese mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Great, very, very effective without using chemical. Licorice is also a natural lightener. Vitamin A will help speed up that exfoliation without
Mm-hmm.
causing the flakiness. So this one, is probably just applied on as a spot treatment. I don't want it
Okay.
all over where they don't
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
those issues. If someone is super sensitive, they may do it every other night or every night. I like to say, 2 nights on, 1 night off, just to get a good push of it in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great product and will definitely give them some relief and lightening effects. But all the other products we talked about are working all at the cellular level where it's occurring. And
Mm-hmm.
this is, Nothing wrong with the topical benefits kicking in quick. So they're seeing a result, but
Yeah.
then also stopping it from even getting to that point. So they work together really well.
Okay.
And then here's the omega-3 complex, but this one has eucalyptus and lemon. So everything smells very eucalyptusy and lemon. It's I like it a lot. I like pulling those products to use with anyone using vitamin C products and so forth. And then Hydrosoft lotion. Yes. Hydrosoft lotion, same, oil-free, lightweight, a little lactic acid, but definitely has your eucalyptus, chamomile, and lemon. And then the mask for this line is called Lightning Mask. So like the vitamin C is a lightning mask, so is this one. Just a different formulation. So again, changing those up for that client that's concerned. I love this mask. I think it's super, super effective. All the vitamins that are in it. It's a great alternative, and
Will
won't leave.
Will they notice after the one treatment?
I'm not going to say it's going to take a spot away, no, but the overall appearance of the skin will be bright.
Yeah.
So again, if someone's a smoker skin, if someone's on medications to where they're lifeless, a dark skin that is just kind of muddled, it'll just help lift it, give them an uplifting, brightening effect.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So play with the masks, Norma. See if you can get some samples, every once in a while. See if Kendall's got a sample of one or two she can send you so you can experience them and see how they affect you. And that'll just take time to get used to everything. So then there's a cleanser called Cypress Citrus Wash, and that came from our Refine line, our scarring line.
Okay.
But we've just, again, like I said, kind of rolled it in with anything discoloration. It's got cypress, it's got lemon, all lightening benefits and so forth. So it's a beautiful cleanser. I have one account, and she sells more of this cleanser than anything else because she loves it. And she uses it on everyone in the treatment room. So, so it makes me smile because it's an oldie but goodie, but to still see so much love for a product, even with all these other new ones coming out. It's pretty cool.
Well, it benefits a lot of skin types too.
Correct. Yes.
So
absolutely.
Nice.
So then you see next is the green tea mask. Another great mask. This one has spearmint leaf oil, so you smell that. This is great if someone comes in and they've got a cold or allergies. It will clear them up. They'll breathe that in and open up their sinuses. But it is a clay mask. It's rich in green tea. It has an acid-free exfoliator that is marine algae and a yeast of sorts that becomes active, like a stimulation that provides an exfoliation without chemical. So
algae is kind of interesting.
Yeah. I find that too. I love this mask though, and again, you might just want to do it on the T-zone for somebody sometime. It's something on the cheeks different. So that's why I want you to experiment with them and get some
play with them,
some samples. Yeah, to try yourself.
Okay.
So then you come and you see this is kind of just repetitive. I'm not going to go through each one, but here's a bunch of the eye products. There's the microvenom we talked about, vitamin C. You can kind of compare them side by side, the ingredients, Norma, and that can kind of, help you remember which one has more retinol or which one this and that. At the bottom, you see Fresh Eyes. That's our eye makeup remover.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so this is, it's actually an oil. So be careful. If someone has lash extensions, it will take them off. It will dissolve that little glue. They will be very unhappy. So that's the only person it's not for. But it
Okay.
has wheat, it has carrot seed, wheat germ, lavender. It actually, for fragile, brittle lashes, will help strengthen those little
Okay.
lashes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, they're fragile, they break easy, but all of this will help strengthen that.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
I'm not going to say it's going to make them grow, but if it's strengthening them,
Nourishing
or
them.
yeah, they're going to grow before breaking off so tiny. So
Mm-hmm.
they probably would see growth, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
like new growth.
Yeah.
But it's a great gentle eye product, and it does dissolve eye makeup so quickly for
Oh,
you. So,
nice. Okay.
and then next is another eye cream we haven't spoken of called Bright Eyes,
Okay.
and it's just that. It's for dark circles and puffiness that are not inherited. So, not enough sleep,
Mm-hmm.
allergies,
Mm-hmm.
computer eyes, not,
Mm-hmm.
you know, all of those things that cause that. Anything but, you know, it's in their genetic, you know,
Their makeup.
um, makeup. Thank you. But they can layer this too if they ever wake up and tired. You know, they can, you know, and it's a gel. It's just a light gel. They can
Okay.
top it up, and then they can take their normal eye cream and kind of blend it in to give them that added moisturizing hydration. So great little product, especially anyone that suffers with the allergies and all of
Yeah.
that stuff.
'Tis the season too. It's coming.
I know. I am clogged up as we
Oh
speak.
no.
I'm like trying to pronounce my words. I spoke to Nate, or the owner, the other day. I was saying the word K, and he could not understand me for the life of me. I was like, CAY. P? No. So I get it. I get it. So yeah. So okay, next is Oxygen eye cream.
Okay.
This is super lightweight. You know, when we talked about that moisturizer called
Mm-hmm.
Youth,
Mm-hmm.
um, for a preventative for a young skin, Oxygen eye cream is where I position that. It
Okay.
doesn't have all this micro venom. It doesn't have all this um, retinols and snake venom, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to start um, as a preventative for fine lines, not
Okay.
deep lines.
Okay.
So I like to get a 20-year-old on an eye cream.
Uh-huh.
If they're, you know, they've been using mascara and eyeliners since they were
Mm-hmm.
12 or 14, every
Mm-hmm.
night they're tugging and pulling. They've already started that elasticity breakdown.
Yeah.
You know, if they're going away to college, if I was the mom, I'd send them with their skincare and a little eye cream, and
Mm-hmm.
let's start now.
Yeah.
So that's that's who I love this for, because I think if someone truly had a lot of lines and wrinkles, they want microvenom or vitamin C. They want
Mm-hmm.
something a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
progressive. But
Yeah.
the lightweight texture of this, it's just so light. I think it's just enough to get them, a young skin, in the habit of
Mm-hmm.
really taking
Mm-hmm.
care.
That's a good point.
So that's where I like to position that one. Yes,
Okay.
it's anti-wrinkle, but it's for the most finest of lines that are not so deep yet that you can't
Mm-hmm.
stimulate and
Mm-hmm.
do all that.
Okay.
So there's that. I don't know if you all have any of the body products.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they even do body work.
Okay. Well, you
Um,
can refer back to this if
okay.
need be. It's just 4 products.
Uh-huh.
They're awesome, but
Okay.
you know, there's nothing technical about any of them. There's a body oil
Mm-hmm.
exfoliator wash. and a moisturizer. So
I'm sure they're excellent though.
they are. The
Use-
exfoliation is volcano residue, white volcano residue from France from 2000. It's crazy good stuff. Okay, the next page I think should have the microvenom face and body SPF.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
our chemical SPF that I talked about that we've had, and then we did the tinted one. But this one is probably our number 3 product in the whole line, even though it is from a chemical standpoint. This one has been the coral reef safe product.
Okay.
Now it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't. The chemicals are bad for you. The minerals are killing the reefs.
Right.
It's like, what do you do?
Uh-huh.
So this one is actually it's amazing. It's oil free, so it's super light. It'll go over any regular moisturizer they're already using without being white and chalky and thick. And so
Nice.
it's got the microvenom in it, so it's a little treatment oriented.
Okay.
So that's always good to have a little collagen stimulation and
Well,
the apple.
yeah, and then you have both face and body. So then, they can just buy that and not have to worry about buying 2 different things or.
Yes, we did have the face one in a smaller bottle like these guys. And then the big one, and then they just adjusted the formula, put it all in the big one. One of them is plenty. So for the whole body, that you'd use a lot of it, to be honest with you. I like to save it for the face, but for $50 for a body SPF, if you're going to be outside at the beach for 5 days, you'd probably go through a couple tubes of them. So use.
Well, it's summer coming, and I mean, for people that really care about their skin, they'll do it.
Correct. So definitely great benefit, just like you said. And plus, if they don't have whatever they used to use or have, they've got it in a pinch to do all of it.
Yeah.
So then it just goes through those, and other than that, I think I'm just going to have you review these protocols, because I don't know which ones Kendall wants you learning and being a part of.
Yeah.
But as you read through, there's going to be all these different suggestions, options. And Norma, if you have questions about this, that you can reach out to me anytime.
Okay.
Have Kendall reach out to me. Anything at all that doesn't sound right, or you want to know why we do this or why you're doing that.
Okay.
Because I know this is just one little training.
Yeah.
And as you get your hands into everything, things may come up. You're going to think, oh, well, I don't remember that. What's that for? Or, So I'm available. You have an account executive, Joyce, that Kendall's in touch with, and you have been, I think. And reach out to her. She'll find out. She'll call me. We all work together. We all support. And we're here to help. Look, we did good time. We did good times. It's a lot. I know, Norma.
Well, no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, thank you. Enjoy your BB oil, and like I said, all those samples.
I can already put it on my hand, and it already looks better.
I know it smells so good, but okay. Well, thank you. We'll be in touch anytime.
Okay.
And have a good rest of the day. Okay.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Norma. Okay. Bye bye.